everybody, welcome back to the Oak Tree Football Channel, and today we have some sad news for the world of college football. The Big Ten has officially canceled all fall sports, which of course includes football. The Big Ten is the first conference to do this, but it looks like others are on their way. The Pac-12 looks like it will cancel fall sports tomorrow, and then Big 12 does want to play, apparently. ACC, I haven't seen any news on, but also the SEC wants to play. So maybe we'll see the ACC, SEC, and Big 12 play, but I think it makes more sense to just move them all to spring, because that's probably what they're going to do with the Big 10 in the Pac-12, so I don't really understand how they just do it at different times. So Big 10, easily one of the best conferences in college football, in my opinion, the second best conference only to the SEC. And there's a lot of talented players in here, and it's going to be big for the draft because I think a lot more players are going to opt out, even if, the virus is gone when they play later, just because I think it's really going to affect their draft stock, and if players get injured in the spring, if they tear their ACL, they could be out for the start of the next season as well, and I think we're going to see a lot of players opting out if all the season go to the spring. 12 members of the Big Ten decided they want to cancel it. I believe only Nebraska and Iowa said they would like to play football this year, but obviously they decided to cancel it. Like I said, Pac-12 looks like it will be on its way to canceling tomorrow, which is unfortunate. And then we'll have to see about the SEC, Big 12, and ACC. I'm guessing the ACC will cancel, even though they are planning, they have the schedule plan and everything. I just think it's going to be canceled. And then Big 12 have said they want to play, and I think it's possible we see the Big 12 play, but it's also pretty unlikely. I mean, yeah, and then SEC is interesting because SEC, I could see the SEC being played this year. That's really one of the only ones I could see being played in fall. But I just don't see how it would work if you have one team playing all its games. Let's say Alabama goes undefeated. The SEC plays in fall. Alabama goes undefeated. And then Ohio State and Oregon and let's say Pac-12 and ACC go to spring. And then you have a few other teams going undefeated like Ohio State, Oregon, Clemson. Then you get 4 unbeaten teams in the playoffs, but one of those teams went unbeaten months ago, while 3 of those teams just went unbeaten. It just doesn't really make sense. So it's really unfortunate. I really do wish we could have fall football, but I understand it's for the safety of the players. I think it's a lot more likely. Well, I did think it was a lot more likely we would have NFL football. Because, the NFL, those players aren't in college. It's their job, really. But with the way the NFL is looking at it right now, a lot of the things they've decided to do just don't seem to work out. I mean, the MLB decided not to go with a bubble, and the MLB is not going really well right now. Obviously, a lot of teams are getting cases, and the NFL wants to do without a bubble, which I just don't think will work. You look at the MLS and the NBA, those two both used bubbles, and they've both been really, really good handling it. So it's going to be interesting, but I understand why they canceled it. I mean, it really is for their safety. And really, what are they getting out of it? Sure, they could get drafted. The college players, what are they getting out of it? They could gain some draft stock, but really, what else? I mean, they're not getting paid for it. It's not their job. They still have school and everything. There are a lot more things they can focus on other than football. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting having it in the spring. It's definitely gonna be different. But at least hopefully there will be some football. But yeah, Pac-12 has some meetings tomorrow. They said they probably are gonna cancel. SEC, Big 12, and ACC we will see. Yeah, I just hope we have some kind of college football this year, just some form of it. I hope that we at least have it in the spring, even if we don't have it in the fall. But it's just going to be, it's just not going to work, I think, if they decide to go if the SEC decides to go this fall and the Big Ten and Pac-12 in the spring, it's just not going to work. And for the draft, it's really going to mess a lot of things up. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be different this season. So in the upcoming days, I will hopefully make videos on the other conferences if they cancel or if they decide to stick with the season. But for my channel, what this means is I'm not going to be making the player ranking videos really anymore. The only really things I'm going to be doing is just talking about other things, I guess, the past and really who is better, not right now, but like in the past. So it's just going to be different, the content I make on this channel. I won't really be making as much content about this season because there's just so much uncertainty. But if we do find out we're having a season in the spring or the fall, I'll get back to making content about that. But yeah, so these were my first thoughts on the Big Ten officially canceling all fall sports, which of course includes football. It's really unfortunate, but I'm hoping we at least have some football. Of course, the Big Ten was the first to go to only conference games, and now they're the first to cancel all fall sports. It could make first Power 5 conference. I mean, some FCS schools and some smaller FBS conferences have canceled fall sports, but it could be a domino effect. I think we're going to see the Pac-12 do it soon, and then maybe the Big 12, ACC, and SEC will follow, but we'll have to see. But those are my first thoughts. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe for more NFL and college football content. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.